Are you thinking about changing careers, but you're not sure what you want to do? Watch this video to learn the 4 things you can do to figure out what you want to do next in your career. Hi, welcome. My name is Jo Randolph and I help women find and get their dream job. If you want to watch videos like this, come and join us and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. Today, I am talking about how you can figure out what you want to do next in your career. Now, you may be one of those people who has been on a career path for quite a long time and you realize that you don't really want to do it anymore. Or you could be a university student or graduate and you're still trying to figure out what you're going to do next. In this video, I'm going to share with you a few things I've learned have really helped me to change careers and find what I love to do. And I've been doing my dream job for the past 4 years. There's so much for me to discuss and I can't go into depth today because otherwise this would be a super long video. But if you want more in-depth guidance on how to change careers, I do have a career changer course. The link is in the description box below. But for now, I'm going to share with you 4 things you need to do in order to change careers. Before I get into the first steps, I want to give you kind of 2 bonus tips because they can either make or break your career move. The first thing is to follow alive ideas. I found this term from Susie Batiz. She's one of the most inspiring people to me. If you don't know who she is the founder of Poo-Pourri. Now, if you ever have any stinky poo-wee, then she is your girl because she has a spritzer spray where you can spray it into the toilet bowl, drop your poo, and it smells like lemons or lavender or whatever you want your poopy to smell. I don't love her just because of her product, but I actually love her because of her story. And she went from being someone who had failed in 2 businesses and she went bankrupt twice. She was divorced, she had been abused, and she went through a really difficult time in her 20s and 30s, and she was ready to give up on her career. And she thought, I'm not made for anything better. I suck at this. And when she came across the idea of following alive ideas, her life changed. She ended up starting a business which ended up being valued at, I believe, over $1 billion. And she is just doing so well. And this would only have been possible if she followed alive ideas. This basically means that you should only do things that give you that electric feeling. And you'll know this feeling, the feeling that you get when you feel so excited, so hopeful, and you just have so many ideas and you're bursting with energy. When you're thinking about your career path, if you try and follow alive ideas, you're more likely to do something that is aligned with your purpose, aligned with your soul, and something that you could actually be really good at. My second tip is to also keep it a secret. Some ideas are best kept in the dark. Sometimes the best work is actually done in the dark, and it needs to be done in the dark before it can be shown in the light. So for example, if you are pregnant, your baby grows in the dark, it grows in the womb, and nobody sees this precious little bundle of joy until they are ready to be born, until they are ready for the world. So kind of think of your career change ideas as being these little precious babies that aren't yet ready to be seen by the world, but once they're fully developed, once they're fully formed, then they're ready for the world. Sometimes when you find something that you want to do or something that you're excited about, you want to scream it, you want to tell the world. And even though it's so exciting for you, the minute you spill your guts to someone that you love or to friends, they can completely crush your heart with criticism or telling you that it's not going to work, telling you that you're going to fail, telling you that other people have failed, and they'll say to you something like, welcome to the real world. This is what most people do. Just deal with it. And this can really dissuade you. So do your best to kind of keep your ideas to yourself until you figure out what you want to do and until you're confident enough to deal with whatever criticism or doubts other people have. Because if you are strong enough to deal with those doubts, then it won't stop you from changing careers. In fact, you can still make a decision and you'll feel good about it, and you're more likely to actually change careers. Now, let's move on to the actual 4 ways that you can find ideas that you really want to pursue, and so that you can actually figure out what what you want to do next in your career. Now, the first thing that I recommend that you do is you focus on what interests you. For example, I absolutely love career stuff. I'm the kind of girlfriend where you talk to me, I'm always asking you about work, I'm always asking you about your job. It's just my thing. It ended up being a bit of a no-brainer to do this channel and to also run a business helping women find and get their dream job, because this is one of my favorite topics. Now, the question is, what are your favorite topics? What things do you like reading about? What things do you like learning about? What things do you like really developing your skills in? Really think about your interests, because that is a really great place to get started. Another thing that I recommend that you do is you also focus on impact. Let's say, for example, someone might be really interested in the latest technology, in technology developments, but you're not really sure what to do with that. Well, when you start to think about impact, then you might start to get an idea of what career you want to take. So when you focus on impact, you're thinking about, what impact do I like to make in the world? Maybe you'd like the world to be a safer place. Maybe you'd like to help with certain issues in the world. Maybe there are things you care about that you really wish you could do. Some people care about health and wellness. And so working in tech for a health and wellness company could really help them merge their interests and talent with an industry where they can make the impact they want to make. What impact do you want to make in the world? If you could make any impact in the world, what would it be? It doesn't even have to be a big impact. It could be big, but it could also be small. Some people, let's say for example, want to be a personal assistant. Now, someone might look at a personal assistant and say, personal assistant's job compared to a doctor, like a doctor saves lives. Like when you're a PA, what do you do? But actually, PAs are really valued. Many CEOs or executives could not survive without their PA. Even if you think it's small, try not to worry about how small or big the impact is. Just think about what impact you would like to make. And then the third thing I recommend is that you ask for guidance. I am someone who is quite spiritual. I try not to talk about it too much on this channel, but I have thought that maybe I should mention it a bit more, because I believe that when you ask God or the universe or whatever thing you believe is larger than yourself, if you ask that, then you have a greater chance of being able to figure out what you want to do. A few years ago, I had a surgery. I had a tumor on my pancreas, and I had to have part of my pancreas removed. I had to have my gallbladder, my bile duct, my duodenum, tumor obviously, and it was a brutal surgery. It was one of the most complex surgeries you could ever have. And the surgery was about 8 hours, and honestly, my family and I didn't know what my future would look like. And when I woke up and I was in ICU with all these tubes and all this stuff, it was just crazy waking up. And I remember thinking, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Because it felt like a rebirth. It felt like I had been given a chance to live when I was very close to not being around anymore. And so I would ask God for guidance. What do you want me to do now that I am reborn? And asking those questions is actually what inspired me to create this YouTube channel. Had I not asked those questions, I am pretty sure you would not be watching any of my videos. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, are you someone who believes in God? Do you believe in God? If you do, ask God. Sometimes it's easy to forget and to get so caught up in your day-to-day that you don't ask God. And if you don't believe in God, and maybe you believe in the universe, maybe you listen to Gabby Bernstein and, spiritual guidance is much more what you're interested in, then that's totally fine too. Ask the universe, meditate, think about it, write, and let whatever words, let whatever feelings come through you, let that be your guide for what you should do next. Now, an easy way to ask is to simply ask a question. Please show me signs for what I should do next in my career. You can simply make a statement like that, and that will usually help you get the guidance you're looking for. It might not come instantly, but if you keep asking that question again and again every single day, you will start to see clues, you will start to get hints, and you'll start to find something that resonates with you. A lot of people don't know what they want. So if you don't know what you want, you are not alone. I have gone through phases of not knowing what I want, and I know so many people around the world have too. If you don't know what you want, it's very easy to stay in this hole of I don't know what I want, because you have to know what you want in order to get out of this hole. One thing that I found really helps me is to play the game of notice what you like. And in this game, you wake up in the morning with the intention of noticing anything that you like. Like when I wake up in the morning, I will have some hot water with lemon. I'll be like, oh, I really like this hot water with lemon. I really like having a green smoothie in the morning. What does that tell me? It tells me that I like having and doing healthy things. So health and wellness is something that's important to me. Or you might be like, oh, I've seen this car and I really want to drive this car. So that tells you that being able to make the money to have a few material things is important to you. Just basically keep doing this exercise, and every time you notice something that you like, whether it's TV, and maybe you see an actor and you think, oh, what that actor is doing is amazing. I would love to act like that, or I would like to tell stories like that, or I would like to write books like that. Or maybe you're reading a magazine, or you're reading something on the internet on tech, and you're thinking, oh, I would love to work on a project like that. Just basically notice the things you like, and anything that you like, save it in your mind, and when you get home or when you get the chance, write it down, and just keep journaling everything that you like. And when you do that, eventually you start to see the things that turn you on. You'll start to see the things that excite you and that make you want to work. That is another way of finding some of your interests. And then last but not least, it's to then explore the things you've liked. Try and test it out. So try and think about whether there is one small thing you can do to test out whether you enjoy this. So this could be a trial run of something. For example, let's say you wanted to change careers and be a coder. Maybe there is a small website you can try and make. Or let's say you wanted to be a painter and you really wanted to just paint exquisite paintings, and for that to be your entire living. Try and see what it's like to paint a few times, and try and see what it's like to sell the artwork that you're making. Or maybe you wanted to be an actor and you're thinking, how do I do that? And maybe I'm too old, or maybe I'm too late. Well, try and see if there are ways that you can get hired for small projects. There are so many different ways you can enter the industry you want to enter, but the easiest way to start is to try and find small things you can do. And once you start testing it out, you will then get a feel for, oh, this is good. I have to do this again. I really want to do this again. Then that's a sign that you should keep going. And if you're doing it and you're thinking, oh, this is a bit of a drag, I don't want to do this anymore, then you know that, okay, I've tested it out and I need to do something else. So in that case, that's when you pivot and you go back to the circle of trying to explore what you want to do. So you go back to thinking about your interests, you go back to thinking about the impact you want to make, you go back to asking for guidance, and you go back to exploring. So you keep doing that circle, and so long as you keep doing that circle, eventually you'll find something that you think, oh my god, I have to keep doing this, and then you'll come off this circle and you'll be able to finally move into the direction that you want to take in your career. Anyways, that's it for now. If you want more guidance on how to change careers, and if you want me to walk you through step by step on how to best do this, I totally invite you to sign up for my course. The link is in the description box below. In this course, you'll learn how to figure out what you want to do next in your career so that you are confident you're making the right decision, and that you are aligned with your purpose, and that you are excited for your career. So if you want to learn how to do that, simply click on the link in the description box below. I would love to know, what's one career path you're thinking of taking? Leave a comment in the box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you next week. All right, bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for new videos, and click the bell button in order to get notified whenever I post new videos. There are so many more videos you can watch right now, so click on the video on the left or the right or the left or the right. I can't wait to see you next week.